You have to hit okay or not. You need to be recorded. And
You're
I
good to
never,
go. I turned the prompt off.
okay. But we're all good to go, right?
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna, here's April 8th already. Gonna bring our age-friendly Millinocket meeting to order. Everybody hopefully has the agenda in front of them and I had sent it out. And I had previously sent out the meeting minutes from March 11th. Thank you, Louis, for chairing that meeting in my absence, and I sent out the meeting minutes, and I will see, are there any edits that need to be made to those? Look good. We'll approve them as written and make sure they get posted to the town website. Moving right along. So the next thing on our agenda is an update and final details for Earth Day, which is April 22nd. And thank you, Diana, for the lovely flyer that you created. And I know I've seen it out on social media and it's been circulating.
Some copies if anyone wants to take and distribute around town, and they can print more later, so. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I appreciate the table and the checklist.
Bulletin boards come up
And I know it's been out in the town, the newsletter, and it's been circulating on social media.
Lots of response, lots of people that we don't usually see are gonna be there, and we have t-shirts from Outer Reach Broadband. I really don't know where to begin.
Stuff that's happening that day, right? So we've got volunteers lined up, so it's 9 to 12.
9 to 12 on April 22nd. We'll meet at the
The complex, yeah,
The
down at the rec
complex.
complex.
Or people can just go to their designated place or place that they wish to participate at 9:30. And we'll have lunch afterwards. Do you want me to go through who's doing what, or?
So as far as maybe, Robinson, yes.
Yeah.
Robinson, yes. Who's involved, who we got
Yeah,
for volunteers so far? I think we got a pretty good workforce.
Yeah, Nick Cullen just reached out to Amber, and he's gonna be bringing the softball and baseball teams. I'm assuming a good place for them to begin would be right at the rec complex in their comfortable area. The Mishu Trail, Bobby Allen, she'll head up that part. The ALP
Yeah, because Chad,
Learning Project, they have vacation camp, so they're gonna be meeting right at the complex. They thought that might be easier than what they have done in the past, which is Community Garden and Granite Street. But where everything's gonna be right down there and near the playground, give them opportunity to stop at 11:30 and get some of their energy out and get ready for lunch and wash up and stuff. So I had some question marks on the table as to Veterans Memorial Park. Diana said Brian with a question mark, Dalton Park and Jerry Pond. Did anybody get an answer from Brian as to what he was?
There's some email from Amber and Brian, I don't know.
Oh, as far as through Public Works.
Yeah, because those were sites that came up, but we weren't sure if there was a project that was like helpful and ready to go there.
Or even if the road, because it's closed, you know, I'm sure if it would be open by
We
then.
were waiting to find out. Yeah, I'm sure we're still waiting.
Yeah.
As it starts to snow out there right now. Okay, I just didn't know if you knew off the top.
I don't know, Tom, you had come off mute and I didn't recognize you. Did you have something to add?
Yeah, I talked to Brian the other day about Jerry Pond, and he's still wondering what the road's gonna be like.
Okay.
So he won't know, it's still very wet. But he's hoping that will be dried up enough so we can open the road. Get down in there.
Living Innovations is another team that's gonna be gathered and meet there. And if Jerry Pond's open, that's typically where they go. Otherwise they can work on the back path to Bobby.
So there is somebody from Living Innovations, Dave Souza, that was involved in helping maintain the community garden last year, and so he wants to be assigned to that with one of his. With one other.
I didn't realize he was Living Innovations.
Yeah.
Okay.
So depending on how many they have that volunteer that day, we know at least two of them are gonna be community garden headed.
And I didn't know who David Doffany.
That's the last meeting here, you know,
Oh, okay.
his interest.
Sorry, I don't have the table in front of me, so I just need to pull it up, but. let's see. I think we were just trying to identify someone who had some knowledge of like what projects might be able to be done at each of those sites, so if people show up, there's like sort of a point person.
Yeah.
And hadn't he helped with,
The community garden. one.
yeah, so maybe that was why he was there, but.
Are we in Crandall Park? I don't remember last time I was all like raked and stuff like, yeah, Crandall Park in general. so. Okay.
Yeah, and
You broom up all goose poop there.
Oh, goose poop, okay.
They're starting to get back. I see a pair of them.
Brian had heard from Mike Carroll from Municipal Review Committee.
Okay,
Is that right?
yeah, there was something that,
And so he was gonna be supplying some gloves with their logo on it. They have a new.
I'm trying to, I'm trying to remember that whole email. And yeah, they were saying that we were participating every day, and that sort of thing.
Okay, we'll have some gloves. Tom, you're picking up all the food, is that correct?
Yes, and I want to talk to you about that.
Okay.
We originally were talking about 200. You think we're gonna be all right with 200?
We'll have the hot dogs
I think
Oh,
so.
yeah.
with the students and, well, everybody.
Well, I saw the baseball team coming and I didn't know how many.
That's just for them.
I mean, I'm fine with the 200, but I just wanted to I want to check with you guys. See if you're still good with that.
Is
Yeah.
that just a question to ask Nick Cullen, like numbers wise, to give us an idea of students potentially, but seems like 200.
Well, I'm in the back of my mind, I'm thinking if Nick does this, we're probably going to get some other groups from the schools.
Mhm.
Maybe not, but
Mhm.
I just want to throw it out there and see what everybody thought.
I think Ridehouse isn't far away.
Yeah, there might be, go pick up some more if
we have
if
to.
more people show up.
Okay,
'Cause we'll know early enough how many are participating.
And you
and
have
I'll
the,
get those. I'll
you have
get those.
the grill.
Go ahead, Jane.
No, I'm sorry. We have the grill. I was just thinking of other logistics and just set up down there. As far as
We're
the-
not doing it. We're not gonna have to do any of that. The Freedom Riders are gonna come in and do all the cooking, cleanup and everything, serving.
How many do you use a snow down?
What?
What's the hot dog situation? at Snow
Well,
Down?
it depends, I'm just trying to think, I'm just wondering if we should have another box of hot dogs, but.
You mean they're not real hot dogs?
Yeah.
We can, but I'll tell you, every time we've done it, nobody ever takes any. But I buy just a package of those to have just in case.
But that's awesome.
No, as long as we can go up to rideouts and get more on.
If we
like,
need to.
We need to. I mean,
We'll see at 9 o'clock what the attendance is gonna be like.
and I cut you off, Tom, because you said there's other things that you were gonna pick up in addition to the hot dogs.
It'll be the hot dogs and the water and the chips and the condiments. And I'll get those all to them probably on Monday. So that when they come over, they can set up and start. I don't know how many he's got on his team, but
You didn't mention buns, but I'm assuming.
Rolls.
oh yeah, well, yeah, but
And I have condiments from the snow down that didn't happen.
Just got the
Okay.
con,
okay, so I won't get any condiments then.
Yeah.
Okay,
We have you down for chips also.
yeah, he did mention.
Okay.
chips and water.
Gotcha. Thanks. Just confirming.
And if it's cool out, we have hot chocolate left over.
It might be. And what about plates and napkins? I don't
I've got more napkins than we would ever use over in Age Friendly's got plenty of napkins. We don't have any plates. We've never done plates, we've always just done napkins.
Great.
We talked one time about buying those hot dog boats.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
They were too expensive and they're just gonna throw them, you know. A napkin works just as well.
And the trash bags are being provided by Public Works, is that correct? Yeah.
Well, Public Works and the rack, yeah, oh, you mean for the. Yes,
Pick up
For
a
the
trash.
Okay.
I gotta get with Brian because I haven't heard if he's got the gloves and stuff yet or not either.
Yeah.
MMC was gonna provide a bunch of gloves.
And then we have the signs.
Yes. I have one of the signs, I have one sign too.
Okay, I have two, so I don't know how many.
I was just thinking one like on Skate Street. Yeah, with I've got that one all set with the arrows
Okay.
going to the rack. I mean,
So maybe I'll just bring one for kind of like, here's the check-in area and once you're at the rec complex,
yep.
something like that.
I'm just gonna say I just have one of the signs if you want.
Okay. Do you want me to
No.
set it up or?
It's already, I got
Okay.
it all, yeah, it's all
Great.
ready.
You got one, I got one.
Unless anyone wants to bring anything else up or has any questions, everything I have.
Can you think of anything else, Tom, before we move on? That we kind of got to-
Not on that, no, I'm good with that.
Oh, yeah. No, I think we got a great workforce, it's just a matter of like where we can disperse them and deploy them at the time, yep. Whether Jerry Pond, hopefully it's such that Jerry Pond can be open, because that would be a good spot to tackle, right? Bunch of people. Okay,
I guess one question was, does it feel important to identify a point person for each of the sites that we told people they could do that? Because I don't think we have one identified for Veterans Memorial Park. And we threw out a couple names for Crandall Park, but didn't really like say, this is the person who's like on it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's fine. I just wanted to ask, because on the poster it says meet at these
Yeah.
locations.
yeah,
So, I mean, if it's something simple, I could be the point person for Veterans Park. I just wouldn't know what was needed necessarily.
yeah.
I know we were so limited last time that they just ran free.
Yeah, which maybe is fine,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, except for the ones that disappeared for a while.
So
That's
we're thinking about tasks, whether it's like sweeping in the parking lot area, or if we're ready, or if it's too early to rake, or is it just picking up trash? I think, like you said, identify the tasks that need to be done there,
yeah.
or pick up around.
Or who's gonna be kind of like,
Like
hey,
the-
welcome to the Earth
Yeah,
Day thing,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
here's
yeah.
what you need, you know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing too.
Yep.
At each site, like, I could imagine David Souza being good at that at Crandall. I mean, he's really into the gardening.
Right.
Um, I could do that at the other park, if I knew what projects needed to be
Right.
done, so.
So we've got a little bit of time to figure that out, but I think it's great if you want to go ahead and put yourself in, like,
Okay.
Veterans Park.
Yeah.
Okay, and if I need to go be the point person back at Crandall, or I can talk to Dave, or maybe David, Daphne, we'll see who else is gonna
Okay.
end up there.
And it sounds like we've got Nick at,
Yeah.
The rec
I was just
complex,
gonna
which is
say, I
great.
think he can handle kids.
Okay.
That needs to be done.
And then we would need somebody at Jerry Pond if that was open.
I'm good with that, as long as after I
Right, right.
check everybody in and sign them up, kind of thing.
It would help, and I'm gonna be at Long Reach from Connecticut.
Um,
And there's the dog park.
Yes,
I
right.
don't know if anybody wants to clean the.
Well, we're gonna send the manager there. I'll be here, not here, so.
I actually planned on being over there that day.
Nice.
Okay,
I kind
wonderful.
of thought so.
it's in the table.
All right, yeah, it's official now, right, yeah. All right, great. And as we can have email conversations, we need to identify somebody else at the other location, or anyone else. Very good. All right, this is shaped up and it's shaping up really great. Thank you. Michelle. You're having one. So we're gonna move down to the Farmers and Artisans Market update. I think, we do have a flyer created, Barbara, if you want to speak to it, or you want me to just tell about the decisions that were made?
I'm going
The farmer's market, yeah. So based on, we'd had another, smaller group meeting to make these decisions about, what the farmer's market would look like this year. And it was decided that it would happen, pare it down a little bit. We still wanted, it was very important to continue to have it, but it's gonna be the first Saturday of the month, and so, so it'll be, the kickoff will be July 5th, Saturday, July 5th, and then August 2nd, September 6th, and October 4th. And the time has changed, it just instead of going to 2 o'clock, it's gonna go to 1 o'clock, so it's 9 to 1. And so we have the, if we become a vendor, all that information is at the town office like before. And it's $10, the fee is $10 per Saturday, or because it's 4 Saturdays, $40 for what would be considered the season. And Barbara's very willing and her to answer questions, so her email, Millinocket Farmers Market email is on there, and there's someplace else that her phone number's on it.
Yeah, we have a major setback. Chiron Farms is not gonna be able to come like they were last year. I'm hoping maybe they'll change their mind, but, yeah, so we're really, pushing to try to get some farmers, and we do have already a sign up of the woman who does the goat milk product. She was at Trails End last year. She has a really nice setup, and, Heidi is going to come back, with jewelry, and I think we have another artist, going to be doing jewelry and pottery, but, now that I have the times and dates, I can make a push. And Tracy and I were at a series of workshops this winter with the Millinocket Farmers Market Association, really good workshops. One thing that came up was the idea of what's called a buyout. You're allowed to have 25% sales by farmers of things they didn't grow themselves. So that's something that we can potentially research, if there would be any farmers around who'd be willing to somehow work out where we could resell their stuff at a small markup, or that it's complicated, but it's not impossible to do that. So that's something to think about. And then Tracy, I believe, volunteered to help with the exciting idea for me of the photo booth for people who finished up the trail. That's new this year, a little booth where we take their picture, celebrate their finishing, because some people finish by themselves and they're kind of lonely. They're, I'm taking the shuttle this afternoon, but other people have their families meet them. So, and you had the idea of getting the high school students to help out with a little mural backdrop for that. So get them involved a little bit. So yep, I'm excited about that. Yeah. If nothing else,
Yeah.
we'll have a photo booth for the hikers. So.
And maybe we can expand and try to get some other, I say other events or activities, maybe youth related or family related during that time. It can happen. You know, that's just one Saturday.
Yeah, maybe, having it maybe just all on one Saturday will help, But pass the word, if you're not anybody who's been thinking about maybe selling some of their stuff. People do really well when they come, the crafts people. Because we have the hikers come and there's, people want to take something home from you or nothing, so.
Is anybody familiar with Magic City Dough here? Have you heard of it?
Bagel, please.
Yeah,
I've heard of it, but I don't know them.
yeah, it's interesting. I'm curious if they'd be willing to go on one Saturday a month. Because I think they're selling it from their home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's one of our full-time firefighter EMS crew.
Tracy, can you repeat that name?
Magic City Dough
As
Company.
in Red Dog?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do they have a Facebook page?
I just found it today.
I will reach out.
I was like, what is this? How come I don't know?
That's Jen Bernier runs that. She's on our fire crew. She used to do like specialty cookies, but she's expanding to do more dough related things.
Yeah, I noticed she was on the menu for NEOC's Easter feast.
Did enjoy her.
Yeah,
We already have a person that's a customer.
Yes, that would be something to look into. Good, yeah, those are those kind of ideas to you know,
I haven't given up on mainly coffee, but maybe once a month they'll come. So. And who knows how all the current economic turmoil will be affecting people. Maybe they'll be happy to be involved in something like that.
Anything that can help, huh?
Yeah.
And Tracy, if you need a muralist suggestion, let me know.
Okay, yes.
The team who did the mural downstairs is awesome.
What's her name?
McKenna. and
McKenna.
Dawson.
I just saw a picture in your update that you.
Yeah.
I was like, I know.
And she takes commissions for other things, so
Oh,
I can
okay.
always connect you.
Yeah, and we have the exhibit right down at Boreal of the high school from East Millinocket and Millinocket. Really nice exhibit. It's again this Friday and Saturday. I spoke last week with the two teachers, Stephen and Victoria. Maybe I could pitch them. I don't know if they'll be there in person. Again, that was an open house last week, but I didn't make enough contact that I think if I said what we're looking for, maybe they could pitch it to their students.
Barbara, one other idea, like, have you been in touch with whoever the current contact is now for the craft fair, the marathon? Because I wonder if they'd be willing to promote this opportunity to their artisans.
That'd be great. You want to put me in touch with them?
I don't know who the person
Oh,
is,
right.
because the previous person
Yeah.
passed,
absolutely.
so
Yeah,
does
I think so.
anyone?
I think it's a dual partnership between, Barbara Michoud and Nadine McKibben, yeah. I think Nadine's the lead on it, but
Is she on Facebook?
I'm pretty sure they're on the thing,
so.
yeah.
Barbara Show?
Nadine's probably.
Okay, thanks.
yeah, all good ideas, trying to like invite them to participate, to be involved. Expand. All right, anything else about the Commerce versus market update?
Jane, can we get permission from the committee to go halves on a porta potty for the summer in Veterans Park?
Yeah, we need to.
Which?
A porta potty, so,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we had some funds, on a line in the town budget, and so I think that's a good use of money
Oh, yeah.
for the porta potty, yeah,
Or fun and handy.
yeah.
Yeah, we went half with the events committee last year and they're willing to do that again this year, so.
Yeah, that's a yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. That's a yes. There's nobody here that, has a problem with that, right?
Good, because I've already ordered it, so.
Yeah, so it's still up and running. Yeah, we have, our committee is represented here in this room, so, yeah, very good. That's very important. I don't see our fire chief on here. Has been on here before, so I will talk about the carbon monoxide and smoke alarm installation and home safety circuit program.
I think he's there, Jane.
I'm
Yeah,
here.
just getting him on our screen.
Oh,
You know,
I hear
it's in on our screen. Oh, nice. I don't want to steal your thunder then. Do you want to?
No
just-
problem. So good afternoon, everyone. So give you guys a real brief update. The program, they're kicked off on Monday, April 7th. So right now we have roughly 8 to 10 names of people who've reached out, and we're just working through being able to set up some appointments with them. So when people call in, we're gathering the name, address, and a contact number, and also what the best time is, morning, afternoon, evening, to go over to do the home safety survey and install an alarm. Numbers are kind of light right now. I was hoping numbers be a little bit more, but I think, once the warmer weather arrives, people will reach out more. Lincoln News is supposed to run ad this week for us, a news story to help them promote the program. So, the ones who have reached out, it's been very well received from them, so happy, for the ones who have so far. So hopefully we'll hear from some more. I know Jane had some flyers to hand out to you guys. If you could share the word and look forward to, having some more people calling us.
Let's get that on our town bulletin board if we haven't already, our light board. Free carbon monoxide smoke alarm. I think that'd be appropriate.
Word free, while we come up.
That should be that free should wake them up.
Yeah.
You'd be driving up in it.
Peter?
Yeah.
I don't know, who controls that? I don't know.
Peter put some stuff in Amber.
Amber.
Yeah, I can ask Amber if she can, put it on there.
Other best
Yeah.
about that, yeah, I guess,
That's great. Thank you.
Put one in that small little park too,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, we can get it posted around and I know, oh, there, look at all the other people that are participating. in that.
Sorry, I didn't see there's like some settings change. We're gonna
Okay.
Show the non-video. participants.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Good. Yeah, so John, the chief has done a great job as far as creating the flyer for it. It's been out on social media and involving the local newspaper. And so we'll just keep pushing it out there. And I was trying to look back. I know that like the thrift stores having like a Saturday sale coming up. Something we should probably have some different places where we know there's a lot of people that gather that potentially could utilize this program. So, yeah.
I've already used it,
You've already used it. All right. Yeah. Good.
your good experience.
Very good. All right. Good use of those grant funds. And I was on a statewide meeting of age-friendly, some leaders there, and I was able to share what you had done in the flyer, and they were very impressed. So continue to lead the way in this work. Appreciate it. Any other comments or suggestions on where we could like promote the program? Before I move on. All right, well, seeing none. Number 5 on the agenda, I just brought this up because Stamp Out Hunger, it's part of the United States Postal Service. That's the day, May 10th, where they collect food, people that leave food, by their post office, by their mailbox or on their front stoop. I haven't checked in with the postmaster or locally. We've done it here in the past. And I just wondered perhaps maybe there's a way that this group could help participate, get the word out at the very least. It's been a few years, but we had assisted before, I think at Thrive, I got an ad to put in the paper to remind community members, about the Stand Out Hunger campaign. I think I need to follow up. In the past too, the local food pantries, they had volunteers that went around ahead of time and help the letter carriers as far as picking up the food from, door stoops and that sort of thing. And I went to St. Martin's food pantry, the last that I knew. So I think I need to find out some more information, but I just wanted to put that out there as far as our food insecurity work group, even our work that we want to do just to maybe help promote different opportunities and events like this. I'll be trying to see if anybody has any thoughts.
Did the post office do this all by themselves in the past?
I think they have. I know I was on a meeting with United Way and they helped partner with the past. That's why it brought it to my attention and I remembered it and made note of it. But yeah, the post office, sometimes they'll send out those little cards and some post will have like, they're like yellow, little bags, these little yellow bags or whatever. People could put food in the bags. So it's just, instead of working in silos, I just thought it'd be another opportunity to like find out if they're planning to do it. Maybe offer to do some promotion around it.
Yeah.
And then
See what
again,
they need.
because I think that's, the heavy lifting probably is more so with the pickup of the food and if, if the food pantry personnel need help, actually going door to door and spotting where food's left and up to.
Okay, so the food pantry folks actually pick it up.
In the
Post
past,
office
they did.
delivers the bag. Okay.
Yeah, just because it was so hard for the areas, like you said, to lug in all that,
Right.
And where would they
Makes
put
sense,
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes, and I'm just speaking from past experience or past knowledge about it, they went out ahead and picked up the food ahead of time and then had some sort of postcard that they left for people that left out food, they get like a thank you postcard, just.
Kind of like the Boy Scouts when they drop off their little bags. I know they also do something similar, like a food drive. Yeah, are you saying that you'll get more information for us? Cause I mean, I can be involved.
That would be great, yeah. Now, I wanted to put it on here, I don't necessarily have to be the person that's doing it all, but I wanted to make you aware that this was I knew this was another opportunity as a community to come together to like, to grow the effort, and I know a lot of people forget, oh, I forgot about that, or I didn't see the postcard, or last minute they're going grocery shopping and then leaving stuff out of their student room, or college, but just a way to get the community more involved.
Couple ideas.
Yeah.
The ad seems like a simple one if we do find out it's happening.
Okay.
But also like with the event we have on the 22nd, I wonder if it's like, hey, do you have a great time today? Do you want to be involved in something else? Like next month, this is happening and you can get plugged in, you know, or even just on the sign-in sheet, like it's almost like creating a list of people who want to do these hands-on community projects. This is, you know, it's a pretty tangible, right, task, but if we knew more before that date, it could be helpful for leveraging that event. That's just one thought.
I don't even know who the postmaster is these days, I guess we'll just have to go to the post office and ask, and just see if they plan to participate, and then.
There's a there's a email address right here. You can search for the food bank that picks it up. It says there's no results for our.
I think it's Ruby.
Postmaster.
Even also it's Ruby.
Okay, all right, so we'll definitely follow up, and Barbara, knowing that you're interested, and maybe Diane would help create an ad, or is there? Barbara, oh, gosh, I'm looking at this far, Tracy, thank you, and, Diana, you would create an ad.
Oh, sure, yeah. Just want to understand what the need is.
Absolutely, you know.
I'll find out.
Yeah.
I'll take that on
Okay.
for reaching out to this
Okay,
local person. We don't have a local person. The closest is Hamden, but just finding out some more information. Yeah.
very good,
All right.
yeah,
I'll
thank you.
report back.
Thank you,
Mhm.
all right. So we're on to member updates. Anybody that they want to share?
I don't know, if this is exactly relevant, but at Boreal on Monday, there's a sort of a town hall from 6 to 7:30 about things that anybody might be concerned about, could be relevant to age friendly. People, who's coming, Randy? A treasurer,
Trey, our treasurer.
Main State.
Main State Treasurer. And Shanna Bellows may be there. I'll have more information in a couple of days. But we're trying to get some of southern Maine and Augusta up into the northern areas to be available to discuss things. See how our coffers are doing and anything else going on.
Do you think Edie and Barbara Hazlitt would want to be there for that?
They might, I know Charlie Prey is, he's got about 23 people that have already, you know, signed up to attend. And there's a flyer out, I'll send it to you. Tracy,
I also posted it this
Yeah.
morning. Yeah.
You
Is
said
it
on,
at L'Oreal or is it at like?
At Boreal, yeah.
it's a Boreal Theater.
Is there any possibility of a Zoom link for people who can't make the meeting directly?
You know, I'm not a Zoomer. I don't know what that would entail to zoom it out, but that's certainly something that could be available. I mean, if someone has that capability. I don't.
So you just said Monday.
Monday, this coming Monday, the 14th, yeah. It's basically, I mean, a lot of the current funding holdbacks are affecting Maine very much, you know, food pantries and other things. Yeah, a lot. So it's meant to be an information session of how can we push back on what are the consequences, what are the implications, what are the possibilities of not having.
Who's facilitating, who's moderating?
Randy, is that?
Charlie.
Charlie Brown.
What time's that at?
6 to 7:30.
7.
6 to
30,
7, yeah. Right now they have 23, the capacity is about 45.
Mhm.
Yeah, but we'll see if there's in the poster, there's a Gmail address to register.
Yeah.
Share that information internally, keep that to be sent on. Any other community updates or member updates?
I will give a little update on Eastern Area Agency on Aging, if that's all right.
That's perfect.
Not too much to report, still the same, services and programs. I do want to invite you all. I sent this to Jane, but our Healthy Aging Expo is going to be held on Thursday, May 22nd at the Anna Shrine in Bangor. And I'm going to see if I can share my screen. If you can see the flyer that I have posted. The address is 1404 Broadway in Bangor on Thursday, May 22nd from 10 to 2. This is one of our biggest events in the year where we have, I think, it says 60 plus, around 70 or so exhibitors, vendors that come and have resources within the area. I will tell you that for at least the first half of it, there's a lot of crowds. So if you're not big on, being in a big crowd, I would suggest coming towards the later part of it. But some people, really like to be there, first thing, which is fine. But it's a good place to learn about resources. Yeah, most of them will probably be in the greater Bangor region, but some might be able to, go up to your area, or you might be able to get some ideas from some of these vendors. So I just want to, bring that to your attention on May 22nd. But again, if you, need anything from our services, please, let us know. Stephanie is here on this call as well. And she's willing to take people's questions and calls too. And we just want to be a contact for your older adults in the Millinocket area.
Yeah, very good. So I can forward that out. Yeah, you called me out. I didn't realize it didn't go to everybody. I guess they didn't look that closely. So I can forward that along, or you can just tag it, you can send it out to the group email that I if you want to.
Yep,
And it's interesting. I actually I had to return a call today because a woman from Lee called me about the Furry Friends program and wanted to know more information. So I had to give her the Eastern area phone number. A lot of times Google for information and Thrive Penobscot, my number comes up still. So I gladly just, I apologize that I'm not the person that can help them, but here's, a number, your next number. So
that's important too. Knowing where to send people is important as well.
So question to me, maybe you can answer that. Is there a Lincoln spot? Is Furry Friends, do they have food available, cat food available in Lincoln? Or I know in Millinocket we have the Furry Friends and it's a place for people to pick up, but I couldn't
I'm not
remember.
certain. Yeah, I'm not certain about an actual location. I'm sure there's something in that area. We do cover all 4 counties. So if there isn't one in Lincoln, I'm sure there's one nearby. So that would be something, if you send me an email with some information, I can forward it to our Furry Friends people.
Well, I gave this person the phone number directly.
Okay.
So
Yep.
follow up. I was just trying to find information.
Yep, excellent.
It's been a few
Like I
years.
say, I'm sure if there isn't something in Lincoln, there would be something nearby.
This is Stephanie. So we do on our website, there is an interactive map for Furry Friends and for the commodity food boxes. So if you wanted to look on there, it shows you all of the locations. I think most of the locations where you can pick up a food box, you also can get Furry Friends. There's a couple that you can't. But in Lincoln, it looks like they're right at the Humane Society would be the pickup for Furry Friends. And we do have one in Millinocket to pick up. And then, there's tons of other locations as well. So
I was thinking there was in Lincoln and I remembered it was connected to the commodity food boxes when they picked up, but makes perfect sense that Humane Society would be a partner in that. Yeah,
Thank you, Stephanie.
yeah, thank you. Any other updates? Leave it at that. I
Jane?
will, yes, Tom?
Just to let everybody know, the sand bucket supposedly ended April 1st. That was supposed to be my date, but I've got 5 ladies that, in fact, I've got 2 I gotta go do tonight, that are still calling. But we doubled that from last year. We had a lot bigger one.
Good program.
So numbers wise, what does that mean when you say double?
We were at 61 this year.
Oh, cool, okay.
Were-
You know, that
They,
leads
they
me-
got it more than once. If they just got it,
more than once.
but if they got it more than once, there was 61 in that category, so. I got some that are weekly, but
Our repeat, yeah, they needed the buckets filled up again. So are you saying 61 discrete people, or that included if they got it more than once? I didn't. I cut-
61 that got it more than once, 61 individuals that got it more than once. I had a couple, I think my total this year was 65, and I think I had like 4 that only got it once.
Well, then it kept you busy, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing,
You-
I'm sure you've all seen, but I just wanted to remind everybody that Sunday, Outer Reach Broadband, which is a big community partner of ours, is doing an Easter egg hunt at Veterans Park from 11 to 1. And they're gonna have, the Easter Bunny is gonna be there, and they're gonna have a golden egg that somebody will find. And also they'll be doing pictures, so just pass that word around if you would.
Sunday, 11 to 1. All right.
Is there a flyer for that?
There is a flyer. I will get that sent. I thought it got sent to everybody, but I'll make sure that it gets sent out to the group.
Yeah, art somewhere, but I can't remember. Okay, Tom just on the flyer. I know, right? Very good.
I have a
Thank
couple.
you.
Okay, Tracy.
Just so in case you didn't know, the main trail program just launched. It is for municipalities too, so it's about trails and the bond program that just went through last November. So the applications are gonna be opening. They're due in September, and I'm happy to share that information with anyone. Also, I'm a part of the Moving Maine initiative. And I'll be sending out to this group. If you'd like to testify, there's 2 bills that they're championing, an act to strengthen coordination for community transportation, sponsored by Mike Tipping, and then an act to improve Maine care transportation. So they have exactly what you need to do. You don't have to go to testify. You can do it virtually and submit your testimony, or you can drive to Augusta. But all the information that you need to do that is in that email that I'll send.
So you'll send that out.
Yep, yep. That's it for me.
That's it for you. Any others? Then I just have one more update, and it's work that I'm gonna need to do, and I will ask your help. So we've done 3 years of our age-friendly, our action plan when we submitted it. So I need to go ahead and do a progress report, and then we need to refresh it. We need to see what we're gonna concentrate on, what needs to, what things that we can check off that we're done, what things we're continuing, and what we wanna focus on going forward. So, that task, a lot of that task falls on me, but I'm gonna be reaching out to you, and just as Tom just gave me some data, that's really good data to put in. That is that's part of our program work there, so, yeah, hold me accountable. We don't want the whole year to go by and we have to submit something late. We want to, remain in good standing with, AARP, and the livability team, and that we have our town designation through. So that's it from me. And so if we look ahead for our May meeting date, does May 13th, Tuesday, May 13th work, and the fall on the second Tuesday? We've been doing. We can have the room, come back here. Yeah. So, but I will see all of you before that, or those that can participate on April 22nd, and we'll be in touch by email. Okay. So as of, look at this, 2:46, we did well. Our meeting is adjourned. Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you.